I want to see how P4 and Citizen might hit heads. There's some familiarity here for the Guns of Wolves, and sometimes that works better. There's Rise. He has a habit of popping off when he's been popped off on a previous day. Takes the first, BB gets the second, Citizen off the back line. Suddenly the pressure's coming right down the side of Train. Gunner, he's looking for a fight round on the corner of Zulu. There's a swing onto Mowgli, who's tucked close in. They use his awareness. Yeah, fantastic play there from Gunner. He's going to pull himself back and make sure they can restructure the hold. There is often less seen on this side itself, so the pressure's going to come through, and Shinka's inside, tucked on the corner, but with Grixis getting the big one, Shinka needs to bite back and does. Find a little hole in the armor of Soniqs, but seems like the kid's going to get stuck. The angle comes through against it, leaving only Gunner in a post-plant situation. A bit of a spray. The lie down on the kid itself gets the final kill, and Wolves.
You can hold it from VIP, you can hold it from Coat, hold it inside a bakery. Yeah, it's just that they're losing picks here from Soniqs and they're not getting the refrags. It happened last round. I hope the flanks are covered, because if the flanks are not, Geo can smoke two of them and then has all of the upstairs to play with. He has that verticality.
There's one. Oh, it's actually Gio's dug himself back in though, but they're inside the site now. They push their way through into Freezer. Shinka once again with the kit. He's tucked himself in a corner. They have some of the angle to watch it from above, but yeah, with the Echo off the board, they can only really sit and wait. There's a bit of movement. They suffer as they slip their way through. Citizen gets one on the back end, but it's a post plant. Citizen and Rexen, they're able to find one more. Suddenly it's just Shinka. Rexen's just going to keep the cover close by. There's a bit of a jiggle fight. Citizen on the back end of the hefty chassis. They need to try and cross this, a no man's land, or they just cross the bullets on Bibu's head. Or Shinka even. Pressure onto the reading door. They're trying to formulate themselves straight through towards the default plant spot and tuck it in. Shinka, he's got himself in pocket with the cover of the door itself and vertical under their control. This is all in, but look at the rotation round on the back. There's Army. They get the down on one. They can't quite get the lock in from the second, but the kid is out of pocket down on the floor. A quick pick back up, a quick coverage now. There's BB with some control over to the side of Laundry. Geo, he's digging his way through. He's able to get the care and gets the drop on the door player. They're going to the shotgun. It's locked down. Geo gets the pieces over the line.
At all during these couple of rounds, don't tell me that's a missed drone. Don't tell me there's a missed drone. This could be huge from Geo. Tucked in, somebody bait it for him. They know there's one top white. P4 has eliminated that player, and now Geo's in the middle of it. There's one behind him, there's one in front of him. He takes the shot, but no, I think he's gonna get cleaned up here.
Yeah, Shinka around on the back. He's able to pop in and get two. Geo should not be allowed to get away with that. Wolves still have the man advantage, and they're using it to put the pressure onto this. The sole player up here, they don't quite escape the position, but Geo almost once again.
Don't give them the 1v1s. Make sure you get the trades and win the round. It should be that simple. They know where he is now. Just a case of getting the kills. There we go. Easy.
Oh yeah, this is sudden. There it is, the nut. Can't quite get the shots locked. The swing round, and Rexen finally breaks the curse. P4, things well away, and another wheel falls off. Mowgli caught out by Citizen.
They don't have a Scooby-Doo what to do now.
Shinka suffers the long-range fire from the back end of Prep. There's a shotgun. Doesn't quite get the full meat. Rise does find one on the back as well. Citizen's gone out of nowhere. It's a 2 versus 2 with 50 seconds. They're going for the plant. They're hoping that there's no full awareness on where the player is. Rise, he's watching around the back end. They got to make a move a little too late. Does suffer a scrape. There's a rotation coming around the bottom of red. I think at this point they're trying to pinch out the corridor on the back end player. There's Geo. Gets the kill. The SMG with Rexen in the site, and Soniqs. Devout is waiting for some awareness. There's a bit of intel. There's a little bit more. They're going to try and take the fight through the soft. No, but in the meantime, Gunner's taking one, and Mowgli gets the important kill on the back end. Look at this, though. The pit in the top left. P4, he's going for the plant. In the meantime, he's just tucking it right behind the mirror window. Rexen pops up, gets the kill, and gets that broken backwards.
They've tried to stick the defuse that got denied. He's going for the same defuse again. Rexen, just do the same again. You'll get a kill. Oh, diffuser being planted though.
Rise is on the windows itself. They have the body count to try and throw somebody at this problem, and Rise knows this. So he goes in, but gets knocked right back out. There's the movement, and there's Soniqs. 4 plants, 4 diffuses. They rotate around Zulu instead of going via pillars. They're inside the back end. Rexen goes for the fight across the board, but it's Citizen that finds Bibu. That's in reading underneath. They've got that now. But Mowgli and Rise have one back a piece of consistency, with Geo being ever consistent as ever.
Sure, the initial attack didn't work, but now they realize there's nobody actually stopping him from dropping in towards Cigar Shop. Now it's a 1v3. Geo's going to get the plant down, but Rexen holds his nerve.
They were 3-7, and
Mowgli, no.
Oh, Mowgli shouldn't have really been able to take that.
Just shouldn't happen.
No, but it does. And I mean, to be fair, a lot of this game, Rexen,
he's in.
He's in. He's got two. The Ashes decide he wants to go towards the site, loses to Mowgli inside coat room, and then Grixer and Citizen get one apiece back. Suddenly P4. Everything to do here. 3 kills. Soniqs are not stressed at this point, and they're more than happy to stretch that out and try and use the full use. Grixer doesn't need it. There's a drop. There is Soniqs. Still putting that pressure on now. 6-2.
You're not going to be able to plant inside of A. You cannot root the players outside a cocktail bar. You have to be forced in piano. And there you go. They take the gunfights and they win it.
30 seconds. You can see Soniqs, they're still just trying to fish for some space. An important take. Mowgli bites back, takes that player out that has somehow dug themselves into the core, and now the pressure can come from elsewhere. They have some drones, some intel, and here goes Citizen, the Nook. They're going to see if they can just try and tuck a plant here, hidden by the cameras, hidden by the coverage. The flashes go out. Citizen suffers a scrape, just gets caught by Mowgli. Grixer gets one back, 10 seconds, with Bibu getting one more and one more. Wolves, they find their 3rd round.
You can get a successful plant down, kind of in like a blind spot where they can't really touch you. Very close there from Grixer. I'm surprised his head hasn't been taken off. Gunnar, though, find Chinky. He's in the site all of a sudden.
How do they keep doing this? Above the hatch, gets the drop on the player. Gunnar is just cruising through reading, but the only book is how to kill French players. Bibu, he's in a 1 versus 1 with a Monty. Doesn't get it. Geo with the white swing, and P4 in a clutch against an impossible object. Soniqs 7-3 on a map that they haven't played in a very long time. They're buying as much time here as possible.
Again, another worry. No nades. No nades from Soniqs, and those Azami barriers, they're going to be tricky to deal with. They are essentially 2 big deployable shields that you can hide behind and play around.
As you said, they're going to try and force it, and the defenders aren't going to try and force anything back. They've pushed into drum as well. Suddenly they've swung themselves here from a single front. There's Citizen getting Mowgli off the back of the board. Pulls away before he suffers on the long-range fight that Geo is going to see if he can try and step back into. There's movement underneath from Gunnar as well, who takes care of Shinka, pushing up the core of the stairs as well. They said, well, we've kind of drum. We're going to beat you all over the opposite side, but Bibu, oh, he's around on the back stairs, slinks past the barbed wire, gets the drop onto the first, has the cross angle. Citizen, he's going to have to try and fight his way out with the angle towards the stairs. Geo going down, though, with a little bit of a sliver and a slink on the way back. Can they try and find a way into karaoke? P4 has a different idea, locks them out, leaving just Citizen left standing. Gets one, looks for the second, cannot quite find it.
Right now we're seeing one of those corners actually try and go downstairs and help Bibu. This is what I like to see from Wolves, is potential for refrags.
There's pressure coming around on the back end. Gunner's going to look for the fight. There's a bit of movement on the opposite end, and there's P4 with the cover, hit the hatch drop and drop the player
really
too.
Good.
Full hyper-aggressive there, Wolves. They didn't try and swing into the fight. There's almost a freebie. Reloading. Just saw the leg, but then P4 did get the wherewithal to fight back.
And Rexen is essentially pushing into a freeway crossfire, and yeah, gets slaughtered immediately. Shinka with another one. Great round from Wolves, exactly what I wanted to see from them. Oh, IQ just misses Mowgli. He's crouched, so he doesn't see the angle. Mowgli sees him and picks him apart. It's going to be a down, though, not a finish off onto Grixer. 3 versus 4, unless Mowgli can secure the kill. I think, does he go for the jump out here? Maybe, nope. Thinks against that, probably could have gotten the kill, and then runs straight into the crossfire of Geo. 50 seconds to go.
Shinka's going to see if he can maybe get a bit of revenge and find the full stop to the story of that round, but in the meantime, Rise has gone down in the site, so there's not too much that you can do exploratory. Over here, the swing round, the first fight is Shinka's.
Oh no.
Kills Geo.
What?
That was, I think, elsewhere on the map, on the second story down to the top. They've picked it up. He was concerned. They get the kit back. That was a little bit of a moment there, but Rexen, he's going to get that picked up, get the plant, and get that covered. Shinka is above. We talked about the importance of verticality to post-plant. No, that makes this very risky. A second difference there, and that could have been a huge Shinka clutch. But there is still time. There is still the possibility of some intel. These pre-opened angles. There's the first fight. Gets it. 15 seconds, though. And in that time, he's got to get it back to the kit itself. Can he long-arm it from that angle? Oh, will that be just enough? You got to make a motion. You got to run. Hold the shift key and hold the trigger. Grixer just clutches it out.
You have the ace, so
with one Selma left.
It's not too bad. And realistically, in terms of Soniqs, they just need the geisha wall open. That's the only wall that needs to be opened up. 2 quick kills by said ace. You know, makes
you have the ace.
you just don't open up the walls, you open up all the kills, and then Gunnar hits them coming in through black stairs, and Bibu has to go for a long old flank, but doesn't even get that close. Citizens down there sniffing him out. Soniqs, quick round.
The players got out of there. Here's the first nade that's going to roll its way. There's the reveal on the first ADS. The second is a drone, but within 10 seconds, that ADS will be back popped, and they'll have to rotate. He does have some protection as well on his back wall. The terrace wall is muted, and
that's poor. That's poor.
And that's a frost mat as well. Well, you said they didn't have enough. Rise obviously still, as you said, in that pressure position inside Dragon, but with the drive coming against him, gets the down on Rexen before he's blinded. Can't get the lock in. A second blind will go across. They're seeing if they can just try and dig their way. The C4 wasn't quite enough. Citizen, he's pre-firing every angle, but he doesn't have a huge amount of blood in the tank, and even less in the timer. Mowgli gets the double across the back, and Wolves find their round after the timeout.
Basically, Mowgli will see you before you see him. If he is playing the angle behind the drum, and yep, there you go, you can see him, but no, loses out on it. Wow, Mowgli.
And see if he can get some revenge, but it's the coverage. The window breaks right next to him on Karaoke, looking for the upside down repelled. They have an awareness of the player tucked in the corner. They've got one on Bibu, who gets dropped as the E1D comes out behind. He's to your right, and he somehow whiffs most of the shots and doesn't get the escape. Gunner takes care of that. It's a technical 4 versus 2 now. It's a real one with Citizen almost the next off the board. But the hold that Wolves have is something that is stopping them getting a direct route through, as Rives can do this. Wiggle around on the opposite end, caught by the side, the wing clipped by Grixer. Gonna see if they can stick the plant. Shinka not in a position to stop it, forced further and further back, has to pop that round the corner. The kit is just a few centimeters away, but so is Citizen. Bibu gets Citizen from the push, and suddenly they've got a little bit of ground back. Geo does go down. Rise, he's tucked so close towards the side. He's concerned about the rotate around the back. He takes a little bit of a dangerous sprint there and suffers the damage, gets repositioned, as does Gunner suddenly. The 2 versus 1 technically. Geo is in Narnia. They're not getting him back up. They're trying to get the kit planted. There's the reveal on the player. The red pings are coming across the board. He just needs to find the man that's head down. He hears the audio from the opposite side. The pings are still there. He's going for the swing. The first fight. He cannot get it. Rise!
Ran out of ammo. That's brilliant. Look at the mess of the breach that they've done, mostly because he was able to pick off one of the Selma charges. It doesn't really give them a way in. A C4, though, doesn't actually nail anything. Jump in from Shinka, will find one, but obviously that other door being blocked in. Geo runs to him and just gives himself up.
The Azami barricades slowing things down just a little. They're still setting themselves in the engagement. It's scrappy, but they're in through the door and tucked behind the one bit of solid that might really offer them anything. He's still not confident, though. Wants to see if he can get one more, and there it is. Now the plant is being covered just behind him. Rise, he's tucked in. He's holding the close fight. Gets one more. Rise, he is ready to keep pushing the team through this engagement. A post-plant with Citizen. The XEU now NA star, seeing if he can try and break some of this back and keep waving a flag that we are better, but they're not this time. Right.
Smile. I'm very specific in terms of
what
I look out for.
The fight almost directly onto an Azami. They're pretty much entirely surrounded. Rise, they're able to get one out of it. Geo drops to the ground and gets the take. There's the window fight as well, and Geo's able to lock it in. Shinka, it suddenly had to turn from a direct line to the side into a direct line to let's see what we can piece together. They still have verticality. Citizen is up there with a bit of a lockdown. Rexen's there too, and he makes a statement. Soniqs bite back and take a round.
Great crossfire.
Tucked himself with a bit of safety as soon as the window got broken open, and there's Rexen. He's pushing back in. The E1D doesn't really do much against him, and he's able to just keep firing. Mowgli dropped out. There was a C4 just to cement the man. Geo suffered in the engagement as well as Bibu starts to creep his way, but gets dropped from the back of the chassis. Grixer has him. Gunner has one more, but it's Shinka that's able to at least get a body back. In 15 seconds, you got to pull that out and just try and barrel yourself towards getting this kit face down. There's face down, but it's not in the way that you want. Rise is gone. Shinka, he's looking for one more out the door. He's not going to find it. We are back level. There's a grenade that's just going to bounce right into this. Goodbye. Oh no, survives. Geo with a sliver of health and a swing round. P4 does find the header one. Grixer does get Mowgli before he's got, though. Keeps pushing into Dragon. Citizen has the lockdown on the back end of Frost Mat. That's 2 for 2 on the same window. And Citizen gets the push. Geo break dances with a shotgun. Suddenly Rise is all that's left. He pulled a 3K off the last time they were here to clutch it into a round win. Rexen blinked and you missed it. Rise sure didn't. 10 to 6, and he's looking for the next, but Geo is able to make the wiggle dance work.
He's not real, this guy here. The stuff that he's gotten away with today.
And the pressure on the player just tucked around on the back of Karaoke. The only song that they're singing is, oh God, I'm alive. But Grixer is living. Gets the double. Mowgli and P4 caught off on the other side.
Still, if they can maybe get a kill back. He's still a minute to go here, but you really need Soniqs to start give themselves up. And again, I still do worry Soniqs and the refrags I've mentioned before. We've already seen them lose this already today.
There's one more. Shinka gets the trade, and suddenly It's a 3 versus 1. A mirror window in pocket as well, just in case.
Pocket mirror window.
But I don't think we'll see that. What we'll see is another 4 points. Soniqs, they keep screaming through their games here. Wolves, unfortunately, for the second day in a row, will have to leave tails tucked behind their legs and work out just what can be done to break the massive divide.